Dear students, we are back. All right, let's take a look at Unit 2, Week 6 homework. This is actually some of my favorite stuff. So let's read the first question together. The Jackson family has $63 to divide among 7 children. If each child gets the same amount of money, how much will each child receive? So this question is very, very important. You will first circle the numbers and then underline the question, how much will each child receive, and box the clue. So the clue here is divided among. So since it says divided, we know we need to divide here, and there are 2 numbers, so we're going to divide 7 into 63. There's many different ways to do this. You can either write 63 divide 7 equals, or if you remembered, we talked about this in class, division and multiplication are opposites of each other, just like how addition and subtractions are opposite of each other. So you can also write a multiplication equation. 7 times what gives you 63. Now, if you are very good with multiplication, you should know that 7 times 9 gives you 63. Or 63 divided 7 equals 9. Now, if you're not very good with multiplication, you can simply just plug every answer choices in, right? Plug it in and see which one works. And if you still have trouble, then just do this. You need to add 6 7 times. So do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now if you do that, you add it 7 times and you get 63, then 6 is the correct answer. Okay, if you add 5 7 times, you get 63, then 5 is the correct answer. You will eventually find out that the only answer here makes sense when you add is 9. And that's why D is the correct answer. All right, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 states, which story problem correctly illustrates 15 divide 3? All right, let's read our answer choices. A says, Derek has 15 balls. He put an equal number of balls into 3 bags. How many balls are in each bag? So if I'm looking at answer choices A, we have the number 15 and 3. And the key word here is equal number right here in the middle. Now, whenever you see equal number, usually it means you have to divide, okay? If you got 15 balls and you want to separate them into 3 different bags, and each bag has to be the same, right? Let's just use a number represents the value of the balls. Let's say B, right? So B has to equal to the second B and the third one. Therefore, we have to think, what could this value be? That is why A is a division problem, because if you were to write this out in an equation, you would write 15 divide by 3 and find your answer. That is also why A is the correct answer. And that's how to solve number 2. Number 3 states there are 48 items in the refrigerator. The items are placed equally in 6 rows. Which number sentence correctly show this? Again, let's circle our numbers first. 48, right? And 6. The question is, which number sentence correctly shows this? So we got 4 number sentence over here with the 4 answer choices. The clue here is equally. See that? Equally. This word signifies we have to divide. All right? So what is 48 divided by 6? Or 6 times what gave us 48? If you remembered, there are multiplication facts, which is essential, right? Really essential. The answer here, choices, would be 8. Now, we're looking either 6, add 6 8 times, or 8 plus 8 plus 8, you know, so on and so forth. So let's take a look here. Which one do we have? The answer choice is C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this one is correct. Look at answer choice is B. Now, 8 plus 8 is 16, plus another 8, 24, plus another 8, 32, plus another 8, 40, plus another 8, 48. They're both correct. B and C are both correct. Okay, so you can pick either B or C here. It doesn't really matter. They're both correct because they both gave you 48 at the end. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Number 4 states Braden was saving money to buy a scooter. The first week he earned $19. The second week he earned 2 times as much as he did in week 1. How much money has he earned in all? So let's first circle our numbers. So the number here is 19 and then 2 times, right? He did in week 1. And let's underline the question. How much money has he earned in all? The clue here says he earned twice as much as he did in week 1. This is for week 2, right? 2 times as much. So if we write this out like this, week 1 he earned $19. Week 2 he earned 2 times week 1. Okay, so you can either figure out what 2 times 19 is and then add week 1, or you can also simply just add 19 plus 19 plus 19. Now, why can you do this? This is so because 19 plus 19 is the same as 2 times 19. Okay, so let's work this out. 19 times 2. The first thing we do is 2 times 9, and that gave us 18. Then we do 2 times 1, which gave us 2. Then we need to bring the, the number at the ones unit down. That is 8. 1 plus 2 is 3. The answer here is 38. Now we're going to add another 19 to that. 8 plus 9 is what? 17. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. The answer here is 57. That is why B is the correct answer. Okay, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5 states, construct a word problem using the following equation. 4 times 2 equals 8. Now, we did this before in previous weeks. Remember, Mr. Wang has said this, whenever you're writing a multiplication equation, we're going to use 2 words, bags and chips. You can do candies, whatever you want is the second word, but why we're using these 2 words? Because they're very easy to spell and remember. Bags, chips. Your first sentence in a word problem should use the number 4 and the word bags. Let's just say something very easy. I have 4 bags of what? Chips. Your second sentence needs to talk about the number 2 with the word chips. Okay? That's the main focus of second sentence. So, what should you say? Each bag has 2 chips in it. Lastly, your question is the last thing you write for the word problem. You have to talk about how many chips do we have in all. That is what's going to set this equation or question into a multiplication question, because you're trying to figure out how many chips you have in all. If you know how many bags you have and how many is in each bag, you multiply them and you will find the correct answer. So your third sentence should be, how many chips do I have in all? And that's how you solve number 5. Thank you so much. Let's take a break.